As we are discussing about, in task T1, 4 is the periodic task and 1 is execution time. Before to start the example, to understand rate monotonic algorithm, which is one of the scheduling algorithm in real-time system, try to understand how to decide the priority of particular task. Through this, please understand, if a rate is high, then period goes down and priority goes in upward direction. If job release time is high and fixed time interval, if it is low, then priority of that particular task is considered as high. Vice versa, if job release time means rate, if it is low, then ultimately period goes in upward direction. In that case, if the two cases are like this, then priority of particular task is considered as low. It means rate is equal to inverse of the period. This formula states the explanation of these two lines. If rate is high, priority becomes high, and if rate is low, automatically fixed time interval goes high and priority considered as low of that particular task. For understanding the tuples that we used over here, 4 and 1, which is periodic time and execution time, but normally sometimes there are 4 tuples you may see in task. In that situation, that 4 tuples means what? The first tuples means release time, that is phi, it is a phase of the task. Then pi, that is periodic time, it is a fixed interval time. Then ei, that is execution time. Completion time, ci, completion time. These are the 4 tuples that you may see normally while defining any task. Here 2 tuples are given. If there are 2 more, that 2 more means phi, pi, ei, ci. Let's move towards our example. Check the priority of task. Which priority? This priority. Priority of this task. And by using these figures, we have to solve the what is exactly rate monotonic algorithm is. Rate monotonic algorithm is defined with the help of these two lines: rate high, priority high; rate low, priority low. Consider these figures for the respect to task 1, task 2 and task 3. Check the priority of task. Period of T1 is less than T2 and T3. Period of T1 means this one. Value 4 is less than 5 and 20. It means T2 and T3. That's why priority of task T1 is greater than T2 and T3. Same thing we can apply for T2. The period of T2 is less than T3. It means priority of T2 is greater than T3. So we can write the priority wise task 1, task 2, task 3 in this way. T1 is greater than T2, and T2 is greater than T3. Have you understand? Okay. Then here I have drawn a Gantt chart. Of task T1, T2 and T3 with respect to their periodic time and execution time. Please consider this time period while understanding this example. Okay, I am going to write over here T1, T2 and T3. Okay, that is 4 1, then 5 2 and 25. Okay. The first one is periodic time and the second one is execution time. Let's start. Here we have defined the priority of the task, the T1 having the greatest priority. So we are going to write T1 at very first block. And one more thing, here only two tuples are given, release time is not given, means phi is not given. So consider, if the phi is not given, consider it as 0. So as the priority of T1 is greater than T2 and T3, so I am starting to put the task 1 in first position. And one more thing that I want to tell you, at the time of preparing Gantt chart, up to 20, 0 to 20, I have written over here. And how I can decide this? Let's find out the LCM of 4, 5 and 20. That is 20 here, 4, 5 and 20. So I have written up to 20. 0 to 20. Task T1 is allocated firstly the resources of the system, because priority of T1 is greater than T2 and T3. So I have written T1 over here. After that, what I have to do? Check the total execution time of T1 is 1 second and periodic time is 4, which I have mentioned over here. After each 4 seconds, T1 is get included in this Gantt chart, or in other words I can say T1 has get assigned the resources by the system, because priority of T1 is higher than T2 and T3, and the same for T2 and T3 by considering their periodic times 5 and 20. For T3 there is no need to define anything, because 0 to 20 T3 will get executed only once, right? But for T1 it will get executed 5 times, and T2 it will get executed 5 times, as their periodic times are 4 and 5 respectively. First T1 will get the resources of the system, because as I have said the priority is high. Then I am going to write T1 over here only once, because the execution time is only 1. Then next, check the priority of task whose priority is greater than other two. Here after T1, T2 having greater priority than T3, so I am going to write T2 over here, T2. Then try to understand, T2 will get executes up to 2 seconds, right? So I am writing over here T2 2 times, and T2 will, here the execution of T2 will get ended, right? Then what will be the next? Can I write T1? No, I cannot write T1, because up to 4, because execution total period of the T1 is 4. Up to 4 I cannot take the task 1, and I cannot allocate the resources for T1. So, and as execution of T2 is already over, then which one is the remaining? T3. So I am going to write T3 over here. Then next, as we know that total period of T1 is 4, and here we reach to the 4 seconds. So as soon as when we reach to the 4, the system will allocate the resources to by preempting the current execution of the task. And which task is going on? As as their execution time is 5 and we have executed only once T3, but priority of T1 is high and their execution time is 4, their periodic time is 4, not execution time, periodic time is 4, and which is reached. So system will preempt the execution of T3 and will allocate the resources to T1. That's why I have written T1. Then as T1 requires execution time only 1 second, so I have written T1 only once. It fulfills the conditions. Then next, what I have to write? Can I write T3? No, I cannot write T3 because as soon as T1 completes its execution, where we have reached up to 5 seconds levels, and T2 having the total period, total fixed time interval is 5. So resources will get allocated to T2, not T3. So I am going to write T2 here, T2 and T2 over here, T2 and T2 over here, T2 and T2. Then next, can I write T1? No, because we are processing in between 4 to 8 and I cannot repeat the T1. So I have written T3 over here, T3. How many T3 is completed? This T3 and this T3. 2. Still 3 T3 are remaining. But where I have reached up to 8 level and it tells the system to it's time to allocate the resources to T1. So T1, the execution process of task 3 is get again preempted, though it is not completed, but priority of T1 is higher than T3. So the resources are allocated to T1. After that, can I write T2 over here? I cannot write T2 over here. I cannot write T2 over because here I have written T2 2 times and the total execution time is 2, which is satisfied over here, and in between 5 to 10, as the period fixed interval time is 5, so in between 5 to 10 I cannot allocate the resources to T2 in second time, so I have written T3. Then as soon as I have reached to 10, yes, ultimately I have fulfilled the fixed time interval of task T2, which is 5. So here T2 will get the resources of the system and T2 will execute their whole process. So I have written T2 over here. Then T1 also in the queue because where we have reached up to point 12. So I have written T1 over here, T1. After that T1, can I write T2 over here? No, in between this I cannot write T2 as we have written T2 over here, T2 over here. As I have completed T1, T2, T2. Then I am going to write T3 2 times and I have reached to the level 15. The quota of T2 is completed, total period is completed in between 10 to 15. So I have written T2 over here. But only one time I can write T2 over here because the time interval of T1 is completed in between 12 to 16. So T1 is in the queue. The system will preempt the execution of T2, though it requires 2. Here system preempts the execution of T2, right? And will allocate the resources to T1. Now one T2 is remaining. So I have written T2 over here. As in between 15 to 20, I have completed 2 times T2 and T1 once, then I have completed whole things over here. I cannot write T1 and T2 over here. Can I write T3? As T3 having fixed time interval between 0 to 20, 0 to 20. In between that, I have completed execution of T3 of 5 units, which is mentioned over here, 5, right? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I cannot write anything over here. I cannot put any task over here. T1, not T2 and not T3. So it will remain blank. No resources will get allocated in particular time period. So this is the explanation of rate monotonic algorithm, which is one of the part of fixed priority algorithm. Okay, now let's move towards next one, that is a deadline monotonic algorithm. I have considered 2 examples over here. This one is the example which you have to try at home, and I am going to explain this example. I have written 4 tuples over here. As already I have explained, these 4 tuples means what? The release time, execution time, right? Then completion time, then a fixed time interval, that is P, periodic time. Here I have also mentioned 3 tuples. One tuple that I have not mentioned, that is 5, means releasing time. If it is not mentioned, consider whole time it as a 0. 3 tuples I have mentioned for this example. This example you have to solve at home. I am going to solve this example to understand deadline monotonic algorithm. Previously we have seen rate monotonic. Here I am going to see we are going to see deadline monotonic algorithm. 3 tuples, that is Pi, RD and EI. RD means relative deadline. I have taken the values for this. How to check the priority? The same thing which we have used previously, right? Let's see the periodic time of T2 is not periodic time. What we have to consider? We have to consider relative deadline time, relative RD, that is relative deadline time over here. The relative deadline time of T2 is less than T1 and T3. So the priority of T2 is greater than T1 and T3. So that's why I written T2 over here. Then as you can see, relative deadline time of T2 is less than T1 and T3. Relative deadline time of T1 is less than T3. So I have written T1 over here, and T3, relative deadline time of T3 is greater than remaining 2. The relative deadline time of T3 is 9, which is greater than T1 and T2. So that's why the priority of T3 is lower than T2 and T1. So T2 having higher priority than T1 and T3. T1 having higher priority than T3 for this example. This example you have to solve at home. Please see. Okay. 4 tuples that I have already mentioned. What is the meaning of this values? This value and this value. As 0 is not mentioned over here. Sorry, the phase is phi is not mentioned over here. Consider phi as 0. Let's see the difference between rate monotonic and deadline monotonic. Here task T1 you can see, and how to create Gantt chart. I have written up to 20, 0 to 10, 20, and how it is considered by taking LCM of periodic time, that is 25, 10. The LCM of these 3 values is 20. That's why I have taken 0 to 20. Now, as we know that as we know that for task T1 execution time is 3, means in between 0 to 20 only once I can execute T1, but relative deadline time is 7, so before 7 I have to execute this 3, though 0 to 20 is the fixed time interval, but I have to consider on T1 should get executed before 7, right? Same thing for T2, right? Means the execution of T2 should get executed before relative deadline, that is 4, and T2 should get executed in between this 4, right? In between 4, though the fixed time interval is 5, this space between 4 to 5 is not having any kind of use over here. We have to finish our task from 0 to 4 because here relative deadline time is given 4. Same for T3. I think you can understand. This much is sufficient. Let's move towards the execution. How to execute with the help of this explanation. A deadline monotonic algorithm. I am going to write the example over here. T1 which is 27 3, then T2 which is 5 4 2, T3 is 10 9 2. Okay, let's concentrate over here. As we know that priority T2 having greater priority than T1 and T3. So in previous example T1 having greater priority, so that's why I have started with T1, task T1, but here I am going to start with T2 having greater priority, right? T2, and execution time is 2. So I am going to write T2 2 times, 0 to 2 it is get executed. Then which one I can write over here? T1 and T3. Yes, absolutely right, T1, because T1 having greater priority. I am going to write T1. T1 will get the task T1 will get the resources of the system. Then T1 having execution time 3 and relative deadline time is 7. So in between that I can write T1, right? So in between that I can write T1. There is no problem about relative deadline time. Before the relative deadline time I have complete the execution of task T1 which having execution time is 3. Then next one is T3, right? Can I write T3 over here? As we know that T2 having execution time 2 and fixed time interval, that is period, is 5. So here we have reached to 5. So I have to write T2 over here. T2. Then can I write T2 2 times? We have finished this T2 by following relative deadline which is 4, means this 4 to this 4, this 4 to this 4 I can write T2, so I can write T2. Next which one I have to write? T1. Can I write T1? No, because the total time period is 20 and I have already written T1 once. So the execution of T1 will get ended over here. The only matter is to T2 and T3. I have finished T2, then move towards T3. T3 having execution time 2 and relative deadline time is 9. So before 9 I can write T3, 2 times T3, T3. Okay, it's okay. Then next, what will, which task will get allocated the resources? T1, no, T1 is not in race. Then T2. Can I write T2 over here? Can I write T2 over here? Let's check. Let's check. I have written T2 over here. Execution time is 5, 5 to 10. So in between 5 to 10, I cannot write T2. T3 is also get executed, and T1 has completed their whole task. So from 9 to 10, there is no source allocation for any task 9 to 10. Have you understand? Then next, T2 will allocate here. In this, I have written T2 will allocate again T2 will get allocate the resources. T3 will get allocated resources. Then next 14 to 15 is not get allocated to anyone. Again T2 and T2. Then 17 to 18, 18 to 19, 19 to 20. There is no allocation of the resources to any task because every task is get completed in this Gantt chart 0 to 20. This is the execution of deadline monotonic algorithm. Why it is called deadline? Because through this line we can understand execution time of this T1 is 3 and total period is 0 to 20, but I cannot use direct 0 to 20 for the execution of T1 which is 3. I have to finish that 3 units in between 0 to 7. So this deadline we have to follow. So that's why this scheduling algorithm is called as deadline monotonic algorithm. Thank you. Please solve this example.